Hey guys, if you're watching this video and you're my friend on Facebook or Instagram, because I don't know if that particular or the particular post that I'm talking about is linked on both of my pages, but if you're my friend on social media and you see my last recent post about is it First Wives Club with Jennifer Lopez talking about me with Jill Scott and I don't know the other actresses that are in it, but Jill Scott is like the main actress that I know in a TV show. There's a part of the TV show, like towards the end of the season 2, where a best friend was lost, and they all attended the funeral, and the husband, who had a hard time grieving and processing everything, gave a speech about his wife, and within his speech he says fuck his wife, and everybody at the funeral gets so appalled, and it's a big shock because he's saying fuck his wife. Those are the literal words that come out of his mouth, but the tone of his words and the energy behind, the emotion behind those words can only be understood through emotional intelligence. There are some people in the world who are very literal. There are some people in this world who are left to assume and are consumed by their own thoughts. And then there are people who are observationists. They can actually observe a situation without having to be in it and get a standpoint from the situation. And then there are people who have been in similar situations and can really place themselves in other people's shoes in it. And I don't know, I just feel like I've been through all those stages. So yesterday, this month is February. In the beginning of January, I didn't really get to go head on with my Uber challenge because I had missed a lot of days and I didn't want to give falsified information. So with that said, I decided, and I'm talking with gum in my mouth, but with that said, I then decided to do it again, have at it again, staying consistent, and do this month with my same goal that I had for last month, because I'm still going, and give you guys, who's ever interested, my report for the month and go from there. But back to the show. I had watched that. I was very fidgety yesterday. I was having like writer's block, and I have 12 hours allotted to myself, to not work and be on the road. And I had decided to finish this season because it's not because I was really interested in watching the show. Like, it's good, it's entertainment. You've seen one, you see them all, but more so the fact of getting it done. I don't think I've still really watched the last 2 episodes because I was busy. Like I said, I had writer's block, but I'm gonna go back and really pay attention and focus this time and just complete it. My goal this year is just to complete things, all things, no matter how hard or how simple, just to complete them and not leave stuff undone, unsaid, open, whatever the case is. Like, that's a problem. That's something that I really tend to do in a lot of situations. I don't finish it, I don't get back, I just leave it, So that's a goal of mine. And I just wanted to come on here and talk about me sharing that post, because as I'm watching the show, I see myself in the husband, I see myself in Jill, I see myself in the doctor friend, I see myself in the mother, I see myself in the daughter, the granddaughter. I see myself in 5 people. Actually, I believe I played a role of those 5 people, and I'm gonna break it down. The doctor in the TV show, who was the best friend, she is the breadwinner of her relationship. She's the highest paid in her friendship. I mean, I think than everybody. Like, she's a damn doctor, and she balances her life with her husband and her children really well. She's funny. She's just me, and she's very reasonable, and she's funny, and she's just me. She's raw. She don't give a fuck, but she's also respectful at times. Jill, I forget, her name is Hazel in the show. She's self-centered. She's loud with her personality. She's soft when it comes to a man. She's that woman. She's selfish. She's dramatic. She's musical. She's just beautifully amazing. But yeah, she's selfish. And a little bit irresponsible, which I also can relate to. Then we have the mother, who nobody can feel her emotion but her. That's my daughter, that's my daughter, that's my only daughter situation. And I also identify with that because I'm the only daughter, but that was my mother and I'm her only daughter. So I get the selfishness in that situation. And then the granddaughter saying that she's going to be there for the grandmother. She's like, who's going to take care of me, my baby? And the granddaughter jumping up to the rescue. I also was that person as well to my grandmother and the passings of my mom and my grandmother. So it's just, and then the last one, which would be, okay, I named Jill, the best friend, the mother, the granddaughter. Oh, yep, and the husband. The husband was so busy with his work and his schedule. They had their own separate lives, but they were together. It reminds me of me and my mother's relationship. Like, we always had her own things going on. She owned her bar, or she went to work at the hospital, and I was out doing hair or going through my issues with my friends and share issues with her friends. But we would always come back and connect and have that, like, sense of togetherness and just laugh at things and plan things and bounce stuff off of each other's idea and actually motivate each other to be better. So watching that, like, that's why I just had to cry, because when everybody else vented and expressed how they felt, I was like, God must wanted me to see this. Like, I just keep telling myself lately and for a long time that I am everything. And one thing that my mom used to say to me, she said this to me at a time where I was on cloud nine. I was just so in love. Like, it was innocent. It was beautiful. It really was. I'm not even lying. And she said to me, I am you and you are me. And at first when she said it, I didn't know what the hell she was talking about, because I don't know, she gave me birth and stuff like that. And when she said it, I actually let it sink in, and I kept saying it to myself. Like, I remember I was going through like the worst moment in my life, and nobody could get me out of my situation but me. But I was praying to God for strength, because I know that I was in this situation because it was something that I needed to learn. It was something that I needed to get. It was something, and I didn't know what it was. So I prayed to God not to let me leave this situation until I knew what it was. So I sat on the floor one day and I meditated for like hours, saying the same thing over and over and over again. And I never forget, my boyfriend at the time, he would look at me and laugh at me and make jokes about the things that I was doing. He would think it was all just fun and games, and my heart would feel so bad inside, because I knew that what was coming out of the situation, I knew that I was going to be victorious in the situation. But I just knew that after all these experiences, and I actually grew, that he was not going to be able to be with me anymore, because he was forcing me to outgrow him instead of grow with him, and that's something I wanted so badly. And it's like the more and more I wish it could happen and stuff, the more and more like things happened that I didn't want to happen, and it was just bad. So once I got to that mindset of, not it is what it is, but everything that's happening is for a reason, and it's for a better me. It's for the full me. It's for the me that needs to prosper and go out into this world and do what it is that I need to do. And obviously I'm not her yet. So I had to keep saying that to myself. And it was like, I can't even explain this experience because it was so many things, you know. Having this kind of mindset and stuff that I have,